Hey folks, welcome back. Okay, this is round number 70. Turn my music a bit. There we go. We're on round number 70. And yeah, I was just having a look at I was looking at the relative sizes of our militaries. So Phoenix Legion is currently fielding 12 machine gun infantry brigades, and it's got a small number of independents. Very one-dimensional army this is. I'm kind of confused by this. I think probably what he's thinking is I need walkers and machine gun infantry. I don't know. Like I don't buy this thing that I'm seeing in the kind of. Got to be careful what I say here because I'm kind of coming out with old information, but it certainly seemed to be that. If you browse the Matrix forums, at least, you know, like 6 months ago, a year ago, the advice you were kind of given was just build machine gun infantry, don't bother with light infantry. You know, build one kind of tank, don't build another kind of tank. I don't really think this is good advice. Now, these guys are probably being a bit more diligent than me with reading up on current multiplayer metagame, and that's fine. I'm sure that there are people who are better than this game, better than me at this game, who have kind of figured out that you only want machine gun infantry, you only want this one kind of tank, whatever. I don't really like to play like that. I'm not just playing this to win, I'm kind of playing it for fun as well, and I want to explore stuff. If that is if that is how the meta's become, then yeah, whatever. I consider myself to be a reasonable enough military commander that I can get around that. I don't think that this is, to me, it doesn't seem like optimal. For example, attacking with a machine gun infantry brigade is never going to be as good as attacking with a light infantry brigade. Yeah, you do get the machine guns can be good, but I don't know why, they seem to die more often for me. So I tend to use machine gun infantry, light infantry for jobs where they're needed in attack. There's also another reason why you want light infantry, and I can't remember what it was now. They do have another advantage. Anyway, so Cael's got this kind of like very one-dimensional looking force. So yeah, I'm not. He doesn't really have very much in the way of. He's got no aircraft. And he's only got one heavy walker battalion. Now I haven't got any walkers at all, but I can counter walkers until I've got the ability to make them myself. And if you look at the forest modifiers, like tanks attacking into forest really don't do very well. However, any squares that are not in forest, they will do pretty well. At least, you know. So once you've got your troops through, then like in this kind of area, they are really king. Now I'm not going to be building a lot of tanks. I don't need them on this front. I will need them on this front here. Also, Tribes of Man have 16 machine gun infantry brigades, and again, very similar build. Look, he's really just built machine gun infantry. He hasn't really built any tanks that I can see. A few motorbikes and a few recon battalions. These are the buggies. But yeah, so I don't know. I think this is like this must be some game meta that people are doing. Either that, or they've just looked at it and just sort of written off the other kind of unit types. Now if we look at mine, now I also have lots of machine gun infantry, right? Yeah, I do use them. You should use them. They are the best all-purpose thing. However, having light infantry is also useful. Okay, there's another reason. I'm trying to remember what the other reason was that you want light infantry. I can't remember if it was to do with weight or if it was something to do with numbers. I can't quite remember what it was now. I'll have to. I'm sure it will come to me as I'm playing. Okay, let's have a look at the history in the vidcom. There's no history. We can't. Like basically, we're just seeing everything now. Okay, we made a promise to our subjects to get our bureaucratic production up. We've developed a model called the Moonrise. We've discovered motorized heavy machine gun infantry army. And we've discovered aircraft design. I think aircraft design is one we really want to go into now. And we've found a protocol android, and we've got some cards. That recruit military is going to be useful because we're going to need to get up a commander. So let us recruit that military card first.
Aye, sir.
Okay, we're going to get that guy up. Now, let's have a look at the decisions, quick. Humanist Knights. Who are these guys again? This is one thing I don't really keep on top of that much with the factions. Humanist Knights look like they're the second largest. Oh god, they're a big one. Okay. They are really strong in the military. Okay. These are a military group. Christian democracy. Yeah, I think these guys must have been the original strong strong group. So yeah, we want to keep these guys happy. So they want meritocracy raised. This is really hard to do. It's really not easy to do. Now they want it raised 79. 9 turns to do this is really difficult. I'm going to try and do it because it will be good for me to get meritocracy up. I've got to try at least. It might mean failing some really big rolls, you know, on events just to get it done and causing problems, but sometimes you just got to do it. Secret Service Council. Let's just leave this. I'm actually going to put this up. I don't need so many spies now, actually. Let's have a look at that model that we just created. Tactical bomber, yeah. 2 heavy jet engines, large 40mm wingspan, twin charge Gauss heavy machine gun, and a bomb hatch with 3,000 kilo bombs. Wow, look at that, it's got a good engine on it. This is actually pretty good. It's not actually as good as the Starfire. Now, interestingly, I think the Starfire had better weapons. Look, that's why. I think they've got the same stuff. They've got the same things. This just goes to show you how, you know, the attack values do go up dramatically. This is why I say, you know, when you've got something that's got a bad design, sometimes the numbers don't seem to bear that out until you actually look at, you know, the actual values. You know, so like the difference between 85 and 93 here is actually quite significant. It's like, what's that, 60, 70, nearly 80 points. So it's a lot. There's 72 points. There's a lot of attack value points. Bear in mind you got to try and get over the enemy's hit points, right? So again, if you've got you know, if your B design is low, your armor design is not so good, then your hit points are going to be lower, right? I think it's the hit points actually that affect it. I think it's armor design that affects the hit points. So if you're attacking a model that's kind of got like crappy armor with really good weapons, you're much more likely to score hits. So yeah. Okay, so we got that thing. It's probably going to be expensive to make this one. Yeah, look, it's 6 machinery. Now I think we've probably got we've got our heavy industry up, so we can start doing that. Okay. It looks like I'm going all in on aircraft. We can get a 2-engine aircraft up. Got, which might be an idea. Let's check these models here. Yes, so we're still to discover the heavy aircraft 2-engine. Now, heavy aircraft need 2 engines, and then you've got the 4-engine variant, and then you've got the extra heavy, which are 4 engines, and you've got a 6-engine variant. These things are big, by the way, very, very big. They've got like 100-meter wingspan and stuff. I mean, even the heavy can have very, very, very big. These can be very, very large, like kind of like beyond what you would have on planet Earth, kind of thing. Why can't we get automated machine guns? Okay, we've not got automated turrets. We've not got guided RPG. Wow, we've still not got that. I think guided RPG would be a good thing to go for. See what we've got in our bazookas and stuff. We have got combat armor. Okay, so it's not worth upgrading those yet. We're not going to be using a whole lot of tanks in offense. Now, one thing that we could do is, right, it's really, I'm really struggling to get my the happiness rating down here. I realized I made a mistake in this game. I really should have attacked Cael at the start. It's not a mistake, because if you remember way back, it was months ago, but I was like, look, I don't want to just kind of, you know, have a war at the start and then either I win or he wins and then one of us is out, like, you know, because that kind of wouldn't be very fun for any of us. At the same time, I've probably doomed myself a little bit, because it's going to be really difficult for me to attack him now without dropping my happiness down a whole lot. It is difficult. Let me just go to move and you'll see what I mean. So look, we're going to get 6d10 of happiness damage if we invade. That's a lot. It's a lot. But basically, this is like attacking your friend, you know. People would be very, very upset about it. So it's difficult to do this. We can do it if we want. Problem is, you know, it's going to wreck all our relationships with all our leaders as well. Especially these guys. These guys don't like it for some reason. So I don't know. It's going to be hard for me to go to war. And the problem is, I'm going to lose my technological advantage. And if he gets nukes before me, so you see the kind of bind that I'm in, and I think that it just goes to show you there's some interesting issues that this brings up when it comes to multiplayer games, and I found this with Dominions as well. I'm just gonna have a sip of tea because I've got some talking I want to do. So, I think when you're playing a multiplayer game, it depends on what kind of person you are. Some people just want to win at all costs, you know, win at all costs, and other people are about having fun, and I'm more about having fun. I do like winning, but not to the point where either I'm going to start boring myself with min-maxing and having to do maths, or I'm going to, you know, kind of like, you know, risk upsetting people that you're playing with, because these guys are my friends. I don't know if I remember you telling me, but I mean, I don't know if you remember me telling you, but Richard's my mate. I know Richard in real life, and Cael and Hyde are both guys that I've been playing Dominions with and other games for a while, and they are friends of mine. They hang out in my community. We chat about all sorts of different things. It's like, you know, they're my mates. So I don't really like, you know, they are big grown up big boys, and you know, any kind of shit that goes on in here, they will keep it purely within the game. I know. However, there are, you know, I've got a tendency to kind of go full in on these games if I allow myself. And because I'm a little bit autistic, I've got sort of autistic traits that kind of like stop me from seeing sometimes when I'm behaving in a certain way, when I'm getting excited about stuff, and I've had people warn me about it before. So I'm really cautious now when I'm playing these games, that I don't, you know, kind of start shit talking people too hard, you know, trying to use full tactics. And what I mean by full tactics is, you know, trying to win at all costs, you know, like for example, trying to goad people, that kind of thing, you know, goad people in communications. And there's all sorts of things that you can do in order to win in wars that that it's really not sportsmanlike to do in a game. And so I try not to do that stuff. I do a little bit where it's like, for example, I was kind of shit talking Cael a little bit and trying to drum up, you know, the idea that he's a big threat. And so I noticed that Simon was trying to do that with him as well, you know, because there's a way that you can do it without it being annoying. However, I think Cael started getting annoyed with it, so I've stopped, because I think he was just, you know, yeah, I think he sort of saw what he was doing, and he was starting to find it a bit irritating. So I took the cue and stopped. Anyway, so what I'm trying to get at is that in trying to be a bit more sportsmanlike and trying to make a good game, I might have actually really set myself back in a big way here. It's going to be very difficult for either me or Cael to declare war now without a huge happiness hit. He's not going to do it. Now, the only way that I think what's going to happen is we're going to end up with like, you know, because he is rapidly expanding now. He's actually pumped out a load of machine gun infantry units in the last few turns. I can see that he's actually increased his size now. Him and Simon don't seem to have any kind of worry. I think they know, because I've been the one doing most of the military talk, that it's me that's going to be fighting. So yeah, it's difficult. This could turn into a game of just one massive build up, and we hit turn 90 or 100, which is going to be like 20-30 turns, and then we know then there's a big nuclear war. I mean, it might be like that. I don't want it just to be a nuclear war. I'd like to see some tactics in it. I mean, there will be tactics, because even if you've got nukes, right, you can't just, I suppose if you know, you nuke you do an ICBM on their main SHQ, then it can be a problem. But that's not the end of the game, right? I've been smart. I've actually decentralized my stuff a little bit. I'm going to be doing more so as well, because I'm aware of this threat, and he is still ahead of me technologically. So kind of got to think about something that we can do to break this. And I mean, I don't really know. I'm going to have a word with them and just see, like, look, how are we going to get this war started? Because it's got to happen. And like, I'm not ready yet, but I'm not far off. And I am leveraging what I believe to be you know, an increased industrial advantage. I do have a strong economy at the moment. It's got to be stronger though for a big war like this. This looks like it's good, but man, when I start having to pump out replacements, it's going to start hurting. So I need to get, you know, high-tech parts. I need to start getting more machines. Like, if we just look at the machines, we are items present for delivery to the units is 10. Oh, do you get maximum storage of machinery? I didn't know that. That's interesting. And high-tech parts. Okay, so you don't have to even build warehouses for these. It's kind of weird. I think we've got a high-tech. Sorry, if we just go to high peak, I think we've got a heavy industry up now. There we are. Oh no, we've still not got it up yet. Okay, so we're still relying on manually building these things. Yeah, so because I need to keep ahead of this war. And like, Hyde's also started building stuff here. Oh, by the way, I've just moved this the 13th motorized light infantry back. The reason being is because I for some reason wasn't getting any I wasn't getting any supply, and it was because I had this road here blocked off. So I've just unblocked it. These guys they didn't get any, what was it? They didn't get any fuel or food. We don't want to lose troops, so I brought them back. I didn't really need to bring them back. I actually fixed the problem. I've built another road up here, look. But we need to start thinking about supplying these guys. 1, 2, 5. We want to get a supply station up here. These are really cheap and easy to make, and they don't cost a lot. Sorry, they don't cost a lot to keep running, so they're well worth having. They extend the supply lines, so and they're good to have up in advance as well, because if war is declared, then we might need to rush on ahead. Let's have a look at our relations with Tribesman. It's 100, yeah. I think one more thing we can do to drop relations down would be to expel diplomats. That would help. Then once we've expelled diplomats, then we can start reducing our relations with provocations. I think it's difficult to do when you've got, I think that's probably the way that I'm going to go about this. I need to do a bit of research, maybe ask some of the experts on how to drop this down. I think because at the moment, even with a really good foreign affairs guy now, if we look at provocation, difficulty 125. It's really high. Look, it's very, very difficult. And Aiden Cryptinsight's he's good at this. He's pretty good anyway. He needs some experience. He hasn't got very good. I think it's intimidate that let me just double check this. Intimidate skill roll, yeah. So he's not actually good at intimidating, but we need to build it up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and practice it just by using that a few times. But also expelling diplomats will be one way of doing things. Now expelling diplomats will mean it will be more difficult for me to get spies in. However, I've got a really good spy master, so I think it will be okay. Now let's have a look at what size barrack. He's only got a size 1 barracks, yeah. We need to get the barracks upgraded in Border Fort, I think, because I don't mind him seeing what we've got on this front, but he's going to see what's going on here. Probably he's probably got quite a lot of spies, but I don't want him to be able to see everything. I think it's likely he's just got spies in everywhere, just like I have in his. I have to accept that possibility, because I mean, look, if we look at Phoenix Command, for example, I forget where it tells you where the spies are. I keep doing this. Spies 12, there we are. It's just in the major city. So like we've got 12 spies in there, 12 spies in there, 13 here, 16 here. So we've got loads of spies. We need 7. We need more in this one, but yeah, we've got loads of spies basically. So okay, anyway, model wise, let's just go with the aircraft and build up, move our way up through the aircraft stuff. Oh, I've already got 2 engine. Okay. I think we've got one of everything, haven't we, pretty much now? Maybe what we'll do is we'll make another fighter. Let me just remind myself, was that Wasp any good or not? Wasp. I'm really bad at passing lists. I don't know why. I've got worse as I've got older as well. Okay, these are all recon. Tactical bombers. So no, did I not make any fighters yet? Let's make a fighter. So, I thought I'd done that by now, actually. Try light aircraft. Go to brand new design. Interesting, you can build it on an existing light. I don't want to do that. I think I just want to build a new one. Oh, that's an ultralight. I had this crazy idea just to make these really short range things, but I think for the time being I'm just going to make something a little bit more normal. Let's go for a fighter, and we're going to create a fighter with a jet engine. Have I not got turbojet yet? Oh, I don't think I have I? Get a medium jet engine on it, and we'll just go with very small wings, and we'll just put a small fuel tank on it, and we'll get a charged heavy Gauss machine gun and no air to ground, and see what that does. Okay, that's 7 hexes. This is nice. It's got a maximum airspeed of 648 kilometers. That's a decent range on it as well. That will be enough to defend air bases by and more really. Let's just go back and see what we can. Oh, okay. Oh, it's still, yeah, good. It still saved my settings. Okay, so we might be able to put a light engine on it. Just see how that changes things. If I remember right, the smaller your wings, the better your dogfighting skill. That's a lot like slower look, but it's still got the same range. It's not range we're after. We want speed, so let's just keep it with the medium jet. That's only 2 machines, right? Right, the heavy jet. Interested to see how this changes it. Bit of an arcane science, this one. Okay, that's only got 5 hexes, but it is faster. I don't know if the extra 100km airspeed is worth it. Maybe I'll go back to the medium jet engine. I'll put smaller wings on it instead. I keep the same... No, it probably won't go as far because it won't have as much lift. Yeah, it will be better at dogfighting, I think, but it can't go as far. Let's just I'll go with the original design that I had. My intuitions were about right on that, I think, the first time round. So let's just keep it very small. Just going to try with the smaller fuel tank. We might find that works as well. No, that's not worked. Oops, no, not the wasp. Oh, good. Me. Silly. I know what I wanted. So, medium jet, very small wings, 500 litre fuel tank, and the charged twin heavy gas, and no air to ground. There we go. There we are. So 648. That should be enough. And the wings are small enough that it should be able to dogfight. Okay, let's get one of those up, and I'm actually going to start getting those out because I've noticed Cael's building up air forces. Okay, minor worker strike in Julicron. Give them some credits. We don't have a lot of credits at the moment, I've got to say. Iceron is without leadership. Okay. Let's get the commanders in first, because this is what we really need. These are all machine gun infantry brigades. So Oliver Walker. Oh, look at this guy. Okay, this guy wants to be... He wants to be... He's good at OHQ, but he's only got a war rating of 20. He is experienced though. But I think he'd be better off as the governor. So let's put him into Iceron, I think. Mind you, Tota Siladar. It's also really good. Look, investigation. Oh, maybe. Also, he's got a higher potential war rating. We need to get it into Iceron first. Let me just have a look at Iceron itself. Which one was that one again? I think it was at the top here. Here we are. Look, it's a minor city. It's not that big. Yeah, and it's not producing a whole lot. Okay, so this one's not that important. Let's get these guys into the units first. We'll put Tim Hagen. Oh yeah, he's bad, isn't he? Actually got a decent diplomacy score. Maybe we get him in Iceron.
Roger that.
He will be happier like that. I'm going to have to raise his levels up a little bit. Okay, so Totor Siladark, and then we've got Oliver Walker. He's actually a really good commander. He'd be good in a... He'd actually be good in a zone. But anyway, let's get these 2 guys in, and then we'll see if we can get one more. And get a Merc. Problem is, Mercs are expensive. And I need to build up this guy's intimidation rating. Do you know what I would like for this? You know, I'd like to be able to hold for the tooltip on this to tell me what I'd lost last turn. I think that would be nice. Like, I know that big tooltips are annoying, and I really don't like big detailed tooltips. I learned to hate them. Like that is okay, I guess. These are still kind of big, I gotta say. Like, but yeah, for example here, look, if we're committed to having these big long tooltips, right? Then why can't we have one here as well to tell me like a bit of a credit breakdown? Because at the moment I'm having to go into treasury. Anyway, it's just a little thought. Not that I would dare criticize this wonderful game design. Yeah, we are running backwards in money a little bit, as Daz would say. We're going backwards. So, yeah. 600's a lot, actually. The reason why I'm starting to talk about money, by the way, is because I was eyeing this efficiency drive card, thinking that might be a good thing to be playing.
sir.
Yeah, it gave us 2,000 credits. Yeah, I'm not going to go with the Merc. Just leave that until next turn until we've got another card. What I really want to do is I need to play this provocation card on Cael. Whether we succeed or not, it matters not. We just need to get his ability up.
Yes, sir.
Critical failure. Okay. So that's fine, but he will still have got. Have a look at the roll. Yeah, yeah, didn't do very well. Okay, I'm interested to see if that's gone up though. So let's just go to organizations, Foreign Affairs Council. Yeah, he used intimidate, so it will start going up once he started using it. Now, once it goes up past a certain point, I think it's 20. Once you get past 20, it starts being used. Like it starts actually being useful. So let's see if we can raise this. I'm going to play that card. I'm going to get a few of those cards anyway. I don't know if I've got any more. No, I've not. But I'm going to try and get some more of those and just keep playing these cards until I've got this level. Starting to get this down. Look, it's 110. I didn't know you could even go that high. Didn't realise. I had no idea that could happen. All right, we're about done. I don't think there's much in the way of movement to do. I've talked quite a long time for this episode. I think anything else that I'm going to do is just going to be building up infrastructure. I'll perhaps continue on for another few minutes while we do that. So let's have a look at what we need. We do want to continue building some ammunition. Going to keep building 1,000 every turn. We also want to be getting out another. I haven't got a commander for it at the moment. Yeah, I haven't come out. I might just get some independence out this turn. And we do have what we've got here: 50th Machine Gun Infantry. Oh, this is the 18th. Going to get these guys to start moving over this direction, I think. Maybe up to this way here. So let's get these guys up to Dogger White, I think. Get them up in Dogger White. We must be paranoid and expect warfare everywhere. Have no friends in this game. What do we got here? We got these all-rounders. Okay. Move those all-rounders. Tanks are probably going to be going this direction, I'd say. Oh, we've actually got enough points to move them as well. That's good. Let's get. We'll start getting some tanks up here because this is going to be where we're going to be doing tank warfare. Around here. Now, if Hyde's not paying attention, he doesn't actually react to these tanks. I'm going to roll right over him. I don't care how good his military is. Like, if he's not got any tanks and he's not bought any anti-tank guns, which he's not as far as I can see, he's going to get in trouble. Okay. Get these guys down into these mountains. Crawling down one hex at a time. Must be treacherous going through those big mountain passes. Where are the others? I think I've said this before, but I wish this had the same feature as in War of the East, where if you click on the headquarters, it highlights the ones that are. We are missing a guy. Where did I send him somewhere else? What are these? These are the 15th Infantry. 15th. So we got this one here. Oh, here we are. It's this one. Where do they go? Oh, sent them. This is the 35th Machine Gun Infantry Battalion. 35th. There we are. Sorry about that, guys. Right. Okay. Let's get these guys moving. Oh, yeah. I must have moved them up to the wrong place for some reason. Yeah. Let's just get them back here. I'll try to remember to move them next time. So we had that happened because we were moving up this brigade instead. This is the 17th Machine Gun. So let's just find where the 17th is. It's getting to the point of the game now where I kind of need to start moving these guys using the order of battle. Yeah, I want these up. Where do I want these go? Maybe up this way. Yeah, let's get them up this side. So, hang on, got the 16th. Well, where did I? Oh gosh, I'm getting a bit confused now because I'm tired. Let's get up to Iceron. No, I wanted to move them up here, didn't I? Junicron. That was it. Get these guys up to Junicron. Sorry, folks. I know it's kind of frustrating when you watch somebody kind of spazzing around. Yeah, we're going to have to go up this way, aren't we? Yeah, we'll go up that way and then we'll march across. It's a little bit easy. Unfortunately, we have enough logistics. This has just led me to understand something that I've been concerned about. I need better infrastructure. Now, I did actually start building rail, I believe. Now, have we got rail in Remar yet? No. So, we were building a rail station there. Now, I think we've got one up in High Peak, if I remember right. Yes, we've got a rail 1. Do we have... No, we've still not got the railhead up here either. There's probably not a whole lot of point in building too much rail. I might just build some railroads down this direction as far as border forts. That's not going to be too expensive. And then border fort should probably... I think we've already started a railhead if I remember right. Yeah, we've got a railhead here in border fort. So next turn we should actually be able to get some rail up this way, which means that we can start rejigging some of the other logistics too. Just bring pull points out that way. No, I won't. Yeah, once I've got off, I think once I've signed off on the recording, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a bit of a think. I'm going to look at it and have a bit of a think where I want to get my main railroads going. And what I might do is I might get just a railroad that just runs directly this way, and I'm just going to have to cut it through the mountains where I can. So perhaps just one direct route that kind of goes up to the front here, and do the same here. And then I've got to have a bit of a think about where my main unit production places are. It's probably going to be High Peak. I think High Peak is going to be pushing out the vast majority of my troops. In which case, I want to get another barracks up here for the training increase that it gives you. So, remind me what we're building here in High Peak. Bum, bum, bum. High Peak, High Peak. Yeah, we're going for that barracks already. Yeah, airbase. It's all going up kind of slow. Really building too many things. This turn then, I think what we're just going to do is for you guys to see, I think I'm just going to get some more tanks. Maybe I'll just get a tank destroyer. Tank destroyers might be quite useful again if we come up against walkers. Although I kind of like I like the anti-tank guns as well. A bit cheaper. We've got independent AT regiment. Was it the Holy Javelin? I'm trying to remember which is the big strong one that we've got. Holy Javelin. Yeah, that was a good one. Really, really good weapon on it. 770 hard attack. I don't know if that'll do. That should be okay against heavy walker. 150 mil. Yeah, I think I'm going to build a few of those, just so. And I might try and get motorized ones. Mind you, if we're going against walkers, they're not going to be able to move, are they? So maybe not. Yeah. Maybe I'll just keep it with just normal anti-tank. That. Oh, look how expensive in cost this is. Can't afford this turn. Ah, is that a regiment? Ah, that's why. I've got a regiment, that's why. I don't need that many. So, that's a little bit more realistic. Let's get some of those guys. I want to be building something every single turn. And I want to bring these guys back. I'll just bring them down here for the time being. And then we can just get an idea of where they need to go later. I'm not going to build any more this turn. I'm going to keep waiting. So, to build up my industry, to build up my metal... Workers in Remars. Send some I think send some workers there.
Copy that.
I don't know if 2,000 will do it. Gonna guess at that. There's a truck station here. Yeah, it's because it's part of VMAR, it's just not getting enough people. This also wants a railhead, I'd say. So we can quickly get troops down to this front if we need to. Shame we missed out on that. Just couldn't get up there in time. Okay, we're not building much here. We just got that truck station going up. Everything else is looking kind of alright, isn't it? What do you reckon? I think we probably should make a few more machines just to cover any construction expenses that we got this turn. Iceron's not building anything apart from solar panels. Maybe we get up. Probably want some better logistics. Let's get another truck station here, so that we've got more trucks going down this direction. We've got a truck station 1. Dude, this is part of Zwenberg too. Now, if I was really min-maxing this, I'd start kind of like looking at the amount of usage on these roads and just dropping them back, dropping the amount of workers. But I've realised that when I start doing that, that's when I start making mistakes with logistics. I think it's at this point in the game probably not that necessary. Once war comes though, that's going to be a big, you know, you're going to have to really start being much more careful with stuff like that. Okay guys, I think I'm going to leave it here. I'm not going to mess with things too much, and this is getting a long episode, so I'll catch you next time. And yeah, let me know what you think of the series so far. As always, I'm interested to hear your thoughts. Take it easy guys.